The Kishon River begins in the mountains of Samaria, just below Jenin, then flows 70 kilometers until it reaches the seaport at Haifa. The vision for this river corridor is to become a beautiful showcase of nature and parkway. It will be enjoyed by the people of the region and tourists coming in. Obviously, the most pressing problem is to clean up the industrial pollution in the Haifa area, which is dangerous and it's a high priority. But it's also going to be very important to stop the dumping of pollution and raw sewage into upper parts of the river. The Kishon River is an unprecedented opportunity for environmental cooperation. The mayor of Haifa on the one hand and the mayor of Jenin on the other have each offered, extended their hand and offered to work together to bring about the kind of cooperation that's needed for this wonderful resource to be realized. The Center for Environmental Diplomacy is all about helping to facilitate this kind of environmental cooperation, and we're very excited about the opportunities we see here.
The fish are back in the Kishon River. A few years ago, this was a totally dead river. Its water is a dangerous chemical cocktail of effluents from oil refineries and fertilizer plants that spewed untreated waste directly into the Kishon. Since January 2002, a Knesset parliamentary law has forced industries to treat their waste. Outflow pipes from the plants are still gushing, but at least the required treatment has caused a dramatic improvement in river water quality.
There
is no doubt that there has been a great improvement in the Kishon River compared to the past. Yet we're still far from where we'd like to be with the Kishon.
So that it's still impossible to swim there, and it's better, you should better not eat the fish coming from there.
The water itself is no longer the main problem. The issue is accumulation of heavy metals and petroleum residues of decades in the riverbed and along the banks.
Throughout the years, factories have polluted the water, and the polluted mud and heavy metals sunk to the ground of the river.
In 1992, the lower Kishon River was dredged of 200,000 tons of poisonous sludge, deposited in 13 polyethylene-lined pools for temporary storage. This dredging operation only removed 20% of the highly toxic riverbed deposits. Then in 1994, the Environment Ministry founded the Kishon River Authority to create a database, to enforce anti-pollution laws through monitoring, and present long-term planning to rehabilitate the river and its vicinity.
The Kishon Authority built several monitoring stations. Each plant which has a pipe connected to the river must online analyze it and online transmit the information to the Kishon Authority Center. The Kishon Authority by itself measures and analyzes the water. The extent of the pollution in the last 55 years is tremendous, because a lot of the metals were absorbed at the bottom of the river. The combination of a lot of heavy metals like chromium, lead, arsenic, and so forth.
This chemical pollution was a suspected cause of cancer in over 40 members of an elite Navy unit that made training dives in the Kishon River. More than 25 of these Navy personnel died of that cancer. The official Shamgar inquiry found no evidence that pollution caused the high cancer rate, but nevertheless ordered that all Navy diving activities cease in the Kishon.
I must acknowledge that there's a great interest in the Kishon River project because of the sensitivity following the Shamgar report.
This is a biblical river. Here Deborah and Barak defeated the Canaanites, as mentioned in the book of Judges. Here Elijah slew the prophets of Baal in the days of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel.
This is what we inherited from our fathers and fathers of our fathers. This is the only place in the world where even the names and the mountains and the rivers remind what is written in the Bible. If it is destroyed, it's our memory and our spiritual sources being destroyed.
The Kishon River Cleanup Project aims to restore the natural beauty and health of an ancient inheritance.
First measure is, of course, to clean the pool muds, the soil, poison soil which is on top of the banks. Secondly, of course, to clean the bottom of the river, which is huge and international scale of project. Third, it must be to cut the pipes which connects the industry to the river. Till the day they are not cut, there is no safe life in the river. And when first happened, all the poisonous metals, salts and products are poured into the river. This should be stopped. And the fourth one is, of course, to bring investors, companies, individuals to build all the recreation facilities around the river.
There are now plans being drawn up in order to change the whole ground of the river, and by that to purify the water and to create a huge park alongside of the river, including recreation sites.
We must improve the quality of the water further, but the cleanup of the chemical sludge on the river bottom is a huge project. We're preparing a plan to present to the Cabinet seeking recognition of the Kishon River as a national project, thus providing massive funding to once and for all deal with the problem.
This river is not just a river, it is a line which connects us to the West Bank. The river originates not far away from the city of Jenin, and I think that the mayor of Jenin and myself, we are sharing a common interest.
In 1999, Israelis contributed about $200,000 to update the sewage treatment plant that belongs to the Jenin municipality. It operated until the Intifada began in 2000. Then the problems started immediately. All the machinery and electrical panels from the treatment plant were stolen due to the poor security situation. Severe environmental problems started that year. The treatment plant became a pool of raw sewage, which emptied directly into the Kishon. This is the source of pollution from the Palestinian side. Because of this problem, diseases spread. And there are now millions of mosquitoes on the Palestinian side that, of course, also cross into Israel.
All these output of this station go to the Kishon. So this is the first point of the pollution in that river.
The German government plans to help renovate this waste treatment plant. But even in the best of times, it processed only 40% of the city's liquid waste. Since then, Jenin has grown to a city of 50,000 inhabitants. The city has no operating sewage treatment plants.
But the rehabilitation means many things. Adding pools, additional buildings.
Environment is something that cannot be divided. It definitely cannot be divided between us and Palestinians. We live on the same small piece of the world, of the land, and our rivers are coming from the mountains where the Palestinian population lives. It demands Israeli-Palestinian cooperation. So it demands us to work together, and I'm very grateful to the Center for Environmental Diplomacy for raising this issue as the project done together by Israelis and Palestinians.
Jenin would be very happy for its municipality to work hand in hand with the mayor of Haifa in order to clean this whole area, because pollution knows no boundaries.
In the environment, there is no borders. This is different. So, why not to cooperate?
as many of our environmental problems demands international cooperation. Whatever happens in Kishon then goes into Mediterranean, with Mediterranean can go to Atlantic. I mean, everything is interconnected.
Internationally, all of us have to carry responsibility for the pollution of our earth, of our rivers, of our seas. So in order to clean it, we have also to mobilize an international effort. Yes, we have to return to the land, the beauty of the river, the charm of the river.
I'm a volunteer for the Jewish National Fund because I believe in their mission to take care of the land of Israel for the Jewish people everywhere. And we've got a sore spot in the land of Israel called the Kishon River. It needs to be cleaned up. The technology is available. Everybody says it's a go. We need to be the catalyst to pull the trigger to get the action started. The financing can be arranged. Everything is in place. We need to start this project now.